We can relate in the fact that they might have some imbalance in their life when in regards to work and school and their home life. Sometimes there's just so much going on and we just cannot balance it, and that's my story. When I started going to school this past semester, I had my daughter, 5-month-old daughter I had to take care of, and I also had work, and I had school, and it was hard for me to do my homework at home because I had to take care of her, so I was doing it at work, and there was just this crazy imbalance, and sometimes it would get very stressful. So today, that is why I'm talking to you. It's because I would like to share with you strategies on how you can manage your work life and keep it in balance. So I just want to start off by saying that when people have a healthy work-life balance, they're way happier. Many people are more productive on the job, and they tend to call out less from work. It is important to realize that not only is it important to realize how you can achieve work-life balance, but also how it can negatively affect you as a person when you're unbalanced. And one of those things definitely is a stressful job in which you work long hours. And I know a lot of people maybe work part-time and they end up having to work long hours because they're in school and they're trying to consolidate their time. Many people in the workforce are stressed by their jobs, whether it be the workload or the type of job they're doing. In a study by the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, 40% of workers reported that their job was extremely stressful. In another study, Attitudes in the American Workplace by the Marlin Company, and they also did this study with the American Institute of Stress, 80% of workers feel stress on the job, half need help managing stress, and 42% said their coworkers needed help managing their stress. So I have this pie chart here, the main causes of stress. 20% are juggling with work or personal lives, and that's your cause of stress. The lack of job security is 6%. People issues at the workplace are 28%, and the workload was 46%. Stress can negatively affect our health, and that's another reason it can cause an unbalance in our work and home life. It can lead to substance abuse, and it can also lead to a weakened immune system. Mental health can be affected, which is one of the biggest problems in the workforce. There's a lot of people that get so stressed out that they become mentally ill. And also, stress can lead to these dangerous mistakes being made at the job because people are just so stressed out, and maybe they have a lot of workload put on them. And with that being said, working too much and working often can also at the same time affect your home life negatively. It can cause fatigue, which is your work productivity could decrease. You can also, like I said, make dangerous mistakes, and you're going to miss time with your friends or coworkers and important milestones. And those are things, you don't want to do. It could be very stressful on you. So now that you've got an idea of how work-life imbalance can affect your life negatively, I would like to discuss how you can achieve a work-life balance. So stopping stress on the job is crucial for maintaining balance in your work environment. Learning how to establish flow in your work and ways to improve work are ways that you can achieve a good work balance. According to the article Finding Flow by Psychology Today, flow is a sense in which one works effortlessly to achieve a task. And many jobs out there, they have this established flow, but it is important to turn your routine work into something meaningful. Like a lot of people over time end up cutting corners and getting bored with their jobs. Maybe they're doing their homework instead of paying attention to their job because their home life is so backed up with busy things to do, and they're not getting their priorities straight. So it's important though to once you can manage your time efficiently, which I'm going to talk about next, that you at your job try to establish this flow where you make your job more meaningful, and instead of cutting corners, just try to make it a more meaningful day at work by doing things thoroughly and really taking care of the people if you work in like the health profession. You want to take advantage of work-related options, whether it's working part-time or in a different department when stress arises, to stop stress. Every workplace has a different option, so you might want to speak with your work about that. And the biggest thing is to manage your time efficiently. You want to make flow charts, lists, and mark deadlines on the calendar in order to keep track of tasks and other work-related obligations so you don't lose track of those. Develop a routine and stick to it as much as possible. And communicate effectively with your job is the biggest thing. According to the article, 5 Strategies for Part-Time Work, it is important to be explicit about your priorities and make them transparent to the company. So you just want to lay it down like right in front of your boss and say, I want to work part-time and...
You already got 6 minutes.
I want to work part-time and this is exactly what I want to do. And that's exactly what you want to do. You just want to lay it down so that they know up front, and everything will be, just out in the open so that they don't expect you to work more, expect, you to pick up hours, so you're not worrying about your job in that respect. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. That's the biggest thing when you're at work. Just ask people for help if you're stressed. Most of the time people are willing to help if you ask. Let's talk about how we can balance your work life with your life at home now. You need to take care of yourself mentally and physically and learn to set limits. According to the Mayo Clinic, having a healthy lifestyle is essential to cope with stress and achieve a good work-life balance. Get good rest, meditate, exercise. These habits work to keep you balanced mentally, physically, and emotionally, and reduce stress and increase mental health. Get help with childcare and work-related tasks. Ask your family, your friends, your spouse to help you at home with tasks so that, when you're at home, you're not spending all your time cleaning instead of working on, your homework when you have schoolwork to do, that could be stressful. Learn to set limits, so you don't be afraid to say no to people if they ask you, hey, can you do this or can you do that? No, sorry, I have something I gotta do. That's being honest with them, and you're setting limits, and you're getting rid of, priorities or things that are meaningless, I guess, per se. Don't pick up extra hours at work if you can't. Don't make any extra commitments that you can't do. And of course, leave your work at work. Don't bring your work home with you. Leave it at work. Try to get it all done. Try to use your time management to get it done when at work so you don't bring it home with you. In conclusion, finding a work-life balance can help you reduce stress and make your overall life more enjoyable. These are just some of many of the tips that can help you achieve a work-life balance in your busy life. Balance, after all, is the key to success.